Yo guys, so welcome to the video. This video is actually a little bit different. However, I feel like you guys are gonna obtain a lot of value from this. This video is actually a Skype call with my buddies and actually just ended it about like 30 minutes ago, so I thought I'd actually make this intro. This guy's absolutely crazy. He lives in the UK, 17 years old, has built a multiple six-figure business and has also made 6 figures off of his personal brand. This video is actually really tailored around sort of the beginning steps sort of to getting ready to start with entrepreneurship and self-development. We talk about health, we talk about mental health, self-development, investing in yourself. We also talk a little bit about personal branding and the power of that. And all this video is really for the people who want to get started and don't know how to start. We break down everything very, very simple, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the call.
Yo guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm on a call with my boy Iman. This dude is absolutely crazy. Just before this call, I actually announced this on my Instagram that I was going on this call. Dude is absolutely crazy. This video is going to be sort of talking about what he's done to achieve success and what he's done with his personal brand. And sort of the steps that he take towards it. So to start it off, I want to sort of introduce him, let him introduce a little bit about himself. So yeah, what's up, man?
First of all, thanks for having me on here. So a little bit about myself. My name is Iman, 17 years old. I live out here in London. I dropped out of high school like 7 months ago at this point. To take my personal brand, or not personal brand, my online businesses sort of full time. I was actually like my main business at the time was my B2B, my marketing agency. I'm sure a lot of you guys are doing social media marketing, stuff like that. That was kind of like my first financial vehicle, and then I just kind of went from there.
Crazy inspiring, especially like, dropping out of school. There's sort of this sort of like taboo with school and dropping out. It's like you try to like I remember in my class my teacher trying to tell me like that your income is directly correlated whether you like drop out of high school or whatever. So it's like it's crazy, whatever.
I'm trying to make up for all the dropouts then. Try to bring up the average.
Gotta represent them, yeah. So for obviously like a few people that are watching, so with sort of your marketing agency, what do you do as a part of what you do? Because you run your agency, correct? And then you also, you do obviously do a little bit of investment. So what are sort of all your entrepreneurship sort of ventures?
Okay, so my main is my B2B marketing agency out here in London. It's all digital. I have people that work for me. I have people who are paid monthly. Don't have any like legal payrolling. But yeah, I have people who have received monthly wages from me. So I have a graphic designer, a copywriter, and then just someone who does all the social media distribution. Basically, I'm just like in a really weird, odd way, I'm like obsessed with automation and like systemizing everything. Like my friends think like literally like I get boners for it. Like my friends are genuinely concerned for me. So like with my I think one time I put a screenshot of my on my Instagram, and I don't know if you remember it, but like it was me, like a screenshot of me texting my business partner. I'm like, bro, like I've got a naked girl lying upstairs, and like I'm happier that my email marketing software is working again.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
So that's like my my B2B marketing agency, and then apart from that, I have my personal brand, and then with that comes a lot of affiliate marketing, and then apart from that, I do some like management jobs here in London, just using my network, taking a percentage of profits. So for example, I'm looking around, but like there's this company that I work with called Furo Systems, and we're just about to do a Indigo campaign for their new product series. They're doing 2 new products, and we're looking. It's going to be a 3-week campaign starting from literally like the Wednesday or something, like the next few days. And we are probably like, if we do really bad, like $250,000 in 3.5 weeks. Looking to do $500,000, and then hopefully I pray we do like $1 million. And then basically I oversee all of the digital marketing, the lead up to it, all the email campaigns leading up to it, all the Facebook ads, building the mailing list, getting everything off the ground, content as well, and then I just have a percentage in the total revenue from the campaign.
So as you guys can see, up to a lot of stuff, and obviously he doesn't put all his eggs in one basket, and that's one of the things that I learned from a lot of entrepreneurs. Also like with him. is he has a lot of different things going on, but he's also focused, and he built one thing. He didn't start with this, and I think you just posted a video about this. Is like you like the grass is always green on the other side. If you see this one thing, and all of a sudden you see, oh, Amazon FBA, and you go to this side, and you see, oh, personal branding. You know what I'm saying? So he built his marketing agency, and that's what he focused on. And now that he's, and I think he even said it as well as like, you're about to start Amazon FBA, but you've earned the right to sort of move on. You know what I'm saying? You've earned that by building your agency and sort of, having that be automated, that you don't necessarily have to be there.
Shiny object syndrome, like it kills people. Like if you're trying to get from like 0 to 10, and like go look on my YouTube, like everyone uses the broke to nothing story, or like the broke to like here I am now story, like, but like, I mean, you can ask him, like a year ago I was just like doing shit. Like we were literally just talking about like my bad drug addiction like a year ago. Like if you guys are wondering why I'm wearing a coat, it's because I'm still at my house, my mom's house, and there's no heating. So as you can see, for me, like my initial goal was just like, let's get to 10K a month, right? That was my first goal. The problem is, like, I talk about financial vehicles a lot. A financial vehicle is basically just, to get you to from where you are right now to where you want to get to. So say for a lot of you guys, like 10K a month is like, if you can make 10K a month, honestly, like I don't think you understand, like that could really, really fucking improve your life. But the problem is you guys keep building all these half bridges, and you never like if 10K is here, you keep trying to go Amazon FBA, oh, okay, fail. And then you go, okay, maybe I should go social media marketing, fail. And then personal branding, right? And you keep building all these half bridges. Just commit to one thing, because like there's people making $1 million a year in every single one of these financial vehicles. So of course it's fucking possible, but just stick in there.
That's definitely one of the things that I've had a problem with. One of my business mentors telling me is like, you need to focus on one thing. And I made a video about this, the power of no, and that kind of has directly correlates, because like you have to say no to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a lot of these business opportunities coming towards you. For a while, like I was doing like so many things I was trying to do. Obviously my market agency, I was trying to do personal branding, affiliate marketing, whatever. And I was starting even getting into a little bit of foreign exchange, like trading currencies and all this sort of different stuff. So I was kind of spreading myself too thin with not really delegating my focus on one specific thing, and I was kind of doing too much, and I definitely think that backfired on me. And not only just like you don't get a lot of work done, but also just increases your stress because you have so many things to take on. And I definitely feel like that's one of the difficult things for me. Totally, it's a hard pill to swallow. It's like relax, focus on one thing, build that one thing, and then you can sort of move on after you've earned that. So I kind of have a couple questions for him to have him go over, to kind of have him. But I think these are very, very important things with entrepreneurship and the first steps, because sort of I want this to be for someone who doesn't know a ton about entrepreneurship, and him and I both focus on that with our channels, is like introducing people to what this lifestyle can provide, what this can do, how you can impact other people's lives. And I've learned a lot coming from him, so I know you guys will definitely learn a lot of value. And obviously, I'll have all this stuff linked down in the description. Highly recommend checking them out. So the first thing I want to talk about is, just like I do on my channel, he talks a lot about self-development, reading, investing in yourself. How important would you say that is in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of building businesses and sort of like starting off with this sort of journey of self-development entrepreneurship?
I mean, like I would say I have had a sort of like a freakish growth pattern over like the last year. And I would say that's mainly accredited to the fact that like I just have reinvested so much into myself. After this month, it's £19,000, which I think is like $23,000 this year spent on self-education. I've even actually brought them on my channel. I have a meditation energy coach, because naturally I'm very motivated, but I get very stressed. So I have a meditation energy coach. I have a Bitcoin coach that I worked with. I have my Facebook ads / webinar coach. I have affiliate marketing coach. Like I have peak performance coach. Like I have so many different coaches. I've taken so many different courses and whatnot. And I mean, here's the thing, like guys, all I can say is it would be so fucking pretentious for me to sit here and go like, no, like just invest back into yourself. Like I'll be honest, guys, like because like I dropped out of high school, and that was kind of tough for me. Like I knew it was the right move, but it was also kind of not embarrassing, but like people were like, man, you're a fucking idiot, And when I first dropped out of high school, and like I had a solid plan. Like I was already making money when I dropped out of high school, but right, when I started making like even more money, like I did want to do like a big fuck you to like everyone who was like, you know, you're an idiot and stuff. And you know, like I started spending money stupidly and whatnot. So my recommendation for all you guys is if you start making money, you know, just be a bit stupid, but just don't carry that on, you know, because I feel as though it's just one of those things you have to go through. And then hopefully you come back to the realization that if you want to grow, $1 in now is $6 back. All you have to do is just wait 4 or 5 months. That's literally all. You know, every single time I go and buy a course for $1,000, or like have a coaching session with my Facebook ads or my peak performance coach, they cost like $350 an hour, roughly after conversion. You know, every single time I do that, I know I'm getting a 10x return. I just have to wait 4 to 5 months, and then it'll kind of like manifest. So for anyone starting here, you know, I remember like the first like main big course I got was the Tai Lopez social media marketing course. I remember I hit like buy now, and I was actually twitching. I was twitching because like it was such a crazy amount of money to me at that point. But to have some, and by the way, like that course is good. There are plenty of other better ones out there, but it was such a like it was just the fact that I was investing in myself. Because what I say is like, look, the only reason you're not investing in yourself is because you're not confident in your own abilities. Like every time I go and I spend whatever, like $350 an hour on some coaching, like that's because I know I'm gonna make $4,000 from that knowledge. You know, like the only reason you're uncomfortable with spending $1,000 on yourself is because you don't think you're gonna make $1,000 back from that knowledge within the next 3 to 6 months, which is okay. Like as I was completely in that same situation. Like I was twitching when I bought that course. I was sweating. I was twitching, but you know, like we live in such a cool world where like you can take someone who's spent millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, of their own money and put it into advertising, self-education, whatever it may be, getting experiences. They've spent decades, years, whatever it may be, and they've put all of that information into some sort of like digital product, or even like a book. A book's like $15. So, you know, if you're not even willing to spend $1,000 on a course, for example, you know what, that's fine. But at least like you have no excuse to get a book.
Definitely, for sure. And I think that's it's like the first step is really just sort of investing in yourself with a little money that you earn. And especially with stuff like courses and stuff, yeah, it is a big step. I started with books as well. And that's something I picked up from Iman as well, as reading a book a week. You don't even have to read a book a week. You can read a book a month. Even then, you're
still way ahead of the curve. Yeah.
You're still, yeah. So, literally, it's just like the amount of value that you can learn. Like you said, they have decades of experience compressed into, let's say, 250 pages, or they have decades of experience compressed into a couple hours of coaching. So it's like, it's really a valuable thing. And I think people overlook it a ton. Is really just investing in yourself. Self-development, and especially investing in yourself, is super, super important. And that's sort of taking care of sort of like your mind and stuff like that. So now I want to sort of talk about like investing in sort of, and this would be in sort of time into your body as well, because like this is sort of another overlooked thing. It's health. Mm-hmm. Because you can sort of, you can work the mind, you can practice the mind, but if you're not taking care of your actual body, that can lead to a lack of productivity and stuff like that. Iman preaches a lot about this as well. It's like health, taking care of yourself. And you're talking about this as well as he has the meditation coach. There's different sort of ways of sort of taking care of yourself. And let's say you don't even want to read a book first. You don't want to even go there. You can start with just meditating. Like these things all have a silver lining into leading to how that can sort of set you up for success, set you up for your day, to sort of tackle the day. So I kind of want to talk about how you feel about taking care of your body, the foods you eat, meditation, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so I think one of the biggest problems is someone will sit on the other side of the screen and they'll preach to you, dude, you need to do this. I mean, like right now I'm drinking like detox tea. This shit is disgusting, but I know how amazing it is for me. I drink turmeric shots all the time, but that's not how I got started. The way I got started was just like a year and a half ago, just like rather than eating McDonald's like 2 times a week, like eat it once a week. Just like you take those little baby steps, and start stacking all of these good habits. Because if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're probably not older than 30. Dude, you have so much fucking time. Just like stack these habits year by year. You can, if you focus on one habit per year, that's more than enough. The problem is people, what does Tony Robbins say? He says, people overestimate what they can do in the micro, and they underestimate what they can do in the macro. People think they can take on the world in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years if you just stack all these good habits. So anyone who's like, just trying to improve their health and whatnot, just start with one aspect. Like, what is the one aspect that you're lacking in? At this point, I have systems for everything. At this point, I have systems for everything. Like, I have a system to wake up. I have a system to wind down. But these are all things that you stack. I didn't try to take on the world at first. I just thought, what is one area that I can tackle? Like literally, like I remember a year ago, I'm like, okay, shit, I don't drink enough water. So I got this, app on my phone that literally I would just keep track of how much water I drank, and I'd make sure that I drank 3 liters every single day because I wasn't drinking enough water, and that's just people underestimate how bad that is.
Yeah.
So just start with one thing, work on it for a month, and then imagine if you could work on 12 things over a year, but then actually get to the root of the problem. Even things like waking up. Like I used to or 3-4 months ago, I used to pay someone every morning to wake me up, to call me and wake me up, because I understood how important it is to wake up early. Now I wake up at 5:30. Once again, I had to put some stuff in place to make sure that that's the case. But it took me a long time to get there. So you just stack a little bit. Don't try to take on the world. Just find one thing. If you have a really bad McDonald's addiction, just just scale it back. Don't cut it up. Scale it back. Don't overwhelm yourself. If you get really bad sleep, just focus on, rather than going, hey, I'm gonna have this 1 hour long pre-bed routine where I fucking meditate and I drink my sleepy time tea and I do all this shit. Just go, hey, okay, I'm gonna commit that 10 minutes before I know I should go to bed, I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode, and I'm just gonna do that for a week, and then I'm gonna switch it to 20 minutes, and then you get to a point where I'm at right now, which once again super hard for me to be disconnected considering my business is all online, all social media related. You get to a point where I'm at right now, which is I do have my 1 hour pre-bed routine. I do turn off my phone an hour before bed, and my phone doesn't come back on until roughly 10-11 a.m. the next day. My house is shit because there's not much sunlight, but if you can get in sunlight as quick as possible early on in the day, I can't even tell you, I wake up at 5:30, the sun doesn't come out until 8 here in London. It's tough. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's tough. It's dark. So if you can get in the sun, in some sort of sun exposure as soon as possible, even if it's 5-10 minutes early in the morning, that just does wonders.
Yeah, especially. I think they're very, very small things that you can overlook, but I'm telling you, these small things do make a difference. So I think that's very important. So I'm glad we kind of got that out of the way, sort of setting you up for success, how to develop yourself as a person before you can sort of take on the world. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of work on yourself first, you develop yourself to make yourself mentally strong and also make your health, put it all in check. After that, we move into sort of business. So with him, I want to let you sort of run with this, is what is the number one best sort of business digital marketing venture in 2017 leading to 2018 that it has the lowest sort of startup and it's the easiest, and this is something that his channel and his Instagram, like I said, I'll link all the stuff down below, is that's one of the things he very, very focuses on because he believes in the power of it and he really, really understands how to sort of manipulate it and sort of use it to your benefit.
Yeah, so what he's referring to is personal brand. Now the thing is, I'm honestly I don't have any sort of I'm more of a business guy. I love digital marketing because it's suited to me. It's suited to the fact that I'm 17 years old. There's not much else that I can do. But honestly, I don't have any sort of bias or any burning passion for one set vehicle. I'm just more about business in general. I love the whole piecing things together, the ups, the downs, the putting systems in place. So look, realistically, if on the other side of this, if you're watching this, there's a few avenues you can go down. You could do some sort of a drop shipping or Amazon FBA. You could do social media marketing. So by that, social media marketing or a paid traffic agency, anything where it's B2B, business. You could do personal brand. You could do affiliate marketing. You could do personal brand, and personal brand affiliate marketing is pretty much always attached to it. You could do day trading stocks, I guess. You could do Bitcoin. There's a few ways that you can go down, or a few routes you can go. for me, like I've studied every single one. I do four of those. I have income streams from four of those. But of all the ones I've looked at, I kind of retrace like from, you know, what's happened this year, which I'm very grateful for. Like I've genuinely had just such a blessed year. Everything retraced back to my personal brand. Like my business mentor actually found me through my social media, reached out to me, and then obviously like that sort of like mentorship, mentee partnership formed, and then now we're actually business partners, now that I've caught up to him a bit. And I look at all of my, you know, how I was able to build my marketing agency, all the inbound leads that I first got, and that was all possible through my social media. And then now in of itself, the power that social media has and the power that my personal brand has. Now obviously last month or in the last 30 days I made roughly $20,000 to $25,000 for my personal brand, which is good for like my second sort of my second stream of income. But not only that, like dude, like making money for companies and stuff like that, like that's awesome. But like that doesn't fucking compare to like how I can change lives through this amazing like medium that we have. And the thing is, every single one of you, you have a story and you have an experience. And if you are not an expert, right? If you can't sell yourself as an expert, you don't have to sell coaching, you don't have to sell courses, you don't have to do this or that. There's something known as affiliate marketing. You know, so literally like Jorge just asked about this, you know, this book alone or this and the 5-minute the productivity planner like behind me, like this made $150. I made $150 from this off an Instagram story. You know, what I did was Amazon Associates is the biggest affiliate network in the world. I make between those two books together cost roughly $50, and I make roughly like $3 per when people buy them together. Not much, I know, but like 30 people were replied to my I put it on my Insta story, and then I put my affiliate link as a swipe up, and 30 people messaged me back and they're like, bro, like I got it, and then they sent me a screenshot. That's literally like $90 right there, you know, from an Insta story. Then you look at something like a Teachable. Where Teachable is where I host my courses. People always ask me, Iman, where do you host your courses? I told them Teachable. Now I make roughly $450 a month passive income from Teachable because they give me $50 a month reoccurring, right? Because it's a service. It doesn't cost them anything. It's kind of like a digital product. You know, there's very low maintenance cost. So I get $50 per person that sign up. I just had to get 9 people to sign up, and I make $450 a month. You know, passive, reoccurring. You know, and it's possible within any industry. You know, you look at someone like Casey Neistat. That's what he does with all of his camera equipment. All of his camera equipment is linked below, and he makes a percentage off of every single sale. You know, he's not doing it just because he loves Canon or he loves Sony or whatever camera he's using these days. Like, he does it because he makes a shit ton of money, way more money than he could ever make off of AdSense. You know, go look at someone like Kinobody. You know, I'm sure a lot of your audience are in the fitness industry. If you like Kinobody's stuff, go sign up to his affiliate program. I think his programs are like $50. Or something like that. Mm-hmm. If you sign up to his affiliate program, you don't even need to buy his product. But you know, if you go sign up to his affiliate program, he gives you 75% of every sale. That's whatever, $37 to sell a fucking like, just sell 10 of those. Which is absolutely insane, right? Yeah. And then even better, he gives you 50% of the entire back end. You know. And he has a strong back-end system. So that basically means they know what customer you brought to them, and then when they upsell them on the more expensive shit, you get 50% of that too. Right, so what I love about, say something like social media marketing, you do need to be an expert. Say something like Amazon FBA, you need a few $1,000s to start. Like, it's as simple as that. Say something like dropshipping, there is knowledge involved. Say something like affiliate marketing, I guess that's quite tied to personal brand, but like ask any affiliate marketer, they'll tell you if you want to do affiliate marketing, you have to do it through your personal brand. You don't have to, but like that's how you really make some serious money. And that's like the easiest way to scale to 6 figures. So I've just kind of looked at everything and I've gone, look, for someone who's like really just beginning out, and as I said, I of all those things, of the 6 I mentioned, I make money from 4 of those, right? So I don't really have any bias. I just looked at it and I went, okay, if you're starting out, if you're a beginner and you don't have an expertise, or if you do have expertise, this is how you make 6 figures from it. And I even broke it down in like one of my videos, step by step. Like a lot of people will sell you like these numbers, these huge numbers, to try and sell you shit. Like they'll go like, bro, like look, you can make like $100,000 next month. I'm like, no, in 2018 we're gonna make $600 a month for the first 3 months. Does that sound reasonable to you? And everyone goes yes. And then by the end, I'm showing them this is how you actually scale it to $100,000. So I'm very like, I just tried to be as practical as possible with it, and I just like kind of like no bullshit.
Launching your own digital products. So very quickly, how do you sort of transition from that to launching your own products?
So I mean, the term I use is IFO. It's an initial front end offer. It's kind of like in a business. It's it's a minimal viable offer. Basically, like like you just want to test shit. You want to test shit and you want to see if it works. Like, here's the thing: if you're not an expert, over the next 6 months, you will learn something. You will learn something, and then you can share that. It doesn't need to be a $997 course where you're literally giving them the world. It could just be a $17 ebook. So that is what is known as an IFO, initial front-end offer. When I started monetizing my personal brand, I made a $37 IFO, initial front-end offer. I made, I think, 120 something people. I made like roughly like $3,500 from that, just from an ebook, in like 25 to 30 days. So I'm like, okay, this could work, and then once again I put out Instagram polls, stuff like that, and you want to split test, you want to test with just the minimal viable offer, like you just something small. So anyone that's trying to transition into that, once again, like it's expert, but you're not really an expert, you're just someone who knows a thing or two that could really help someone else.
Value.
Yeah. Don't spend like my course took me like literally people watched me over the space of like the past like month and a half nearly kill myself to create this thing. Like it's so much fucking work to create this course and distill all of this knowledge down into like something that people can follow along step by step. Don't do that. Start off with a $17 ebook. You can create it in 3, 4, 5 hours. And the funny thing is, like, Jay does stuff that like he doesn't even realize. Like the thing is, like, he's doing stuff that are bringing him results, but he doesn't even know they are bringing him results. It's only if he sat down and wrote about it that he would realize, shit, I do these little things every single day, and that's why I get this result. So, anyone who's sort of just trying to launch a digital product, stuff like that, that would kind of be my recommendation, is just start off with what's known as an IFO, initial front-end offer, and kind of go from there.
Cool. So just sort of end this off, and then you just sort of talked about this right now, is your course. So I kind of want to have you talk a little bit about it. I've seen like he's showing screenshots and stuff like that. People's responses to this course are absolutely insane. So I wanted to talk a little bit about it and what this sort of course means to you.
Influencer Ignite was just like, I think no one was talking about personal branding enough. So obviously me being as into self-education as I am, I went, okay, shit, let's go and let's find a course on this. Couldn't find anything like feasible, so I thought, shit, if no one else is going to do it, then why don't I? So, that's when I started monetizing my personal brand seriously, and that's when I started creating these IFOs. That's when I started, I hosted a meetup. I got like 30 people on a Saturday evening. Like people have better shit to do. Like 4 days before, like a 4-day announcement, I'm just like, hey, let's do a meetup. 30 people showed up, which to me was pretty cool. I started doing all these things and started testing out and putting everything that I knew in my head into practice. I started running Facebook ads or Instagram story ads that run into a YouTube funnel. Right now I'm growing 50 to 100 YouTube subscribers a day, and I only have like 4K subs. I've found all of these things that are working, and I just threw them into Influencer Ignite. And as I said, I'm very like no bullshit. Like I just wanted to give people, look, if you are sick and tired of where you're at and you want to start your first online business and you want to make it $100,000 online business within the first year, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to say you're going to make $50,000 in your first month, and anyone who watches the content will agree $100,000 is very realistic when you break it down step by step. So really, like anyone who's trying to get into online business, this is the go-to. If you're already have a personal brand, you're probably spinning your wheels like most of us are. You're probably spinning your wheels. You're probably uploading all this stuff. You're not really growing. You're not really making any money. and you're probably going to burn out quite soon unless you start actually seeing some income from it.
Exactly, definitely. So with Influencer Ignited, he plugs and shows you how to monetize stuff. He works on obviously Instagram, YouTube, all these sort of things. And it really shows you the power of personal branding. So super dope. I've never seen personally a personal branding like course. So that's really, really cool that he's one of the sort of the innovators in that sort of industry. And he talks about, no one really talks about personal branding. So it's cool that he sort of started this movement with personal branding. And he's received an incredible amount of rewards from this. So yeah, so with Influencer Ignited, would you like me to just link it down below? That'd be cool.
Yeah, sure.
With the course. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in the course, I'm gonna link it down below. Like I said, crazy course. And a lot of people have seen great rewards from it. So if you guys want to check that out, link down below. Obviously, also his YouTube channel and his Instagram. So if you guys like the sort of stuff that I do and all that stuff, you're definitely gonna love his stuff because it's absolutely insane. So if you guys want to keep up with him and his journey learn a little bit more about him and sort of what he does and sort of his quirky side and stuff like that, especially on Instagram. You guys on his Instagram stories when he goes out clubbing. So it's fun to watch. Yeah, so definitely keep up with him. But other than that, I think that's pretty much going to conclude. I don't want to make it like too long. Yeah. So other than that, any last words?
No. Thanks for having me on here, bro.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't let dreams be dreams. I'm out. Peace.